I get 300 grams of carbs today. It's like fucking Christmas.
So here we are, about 4 weeks out now. Ben and I decided to come to Crayford Weights and Fitness today, which is in Kent, just outside of London, which is about 30 minutes away from Rector we normally train. The two reasons we wanted to come there, there's slightly different equipment in terms of, like that lying leg curl. We want the ribs a little bit different. It's a nice change of scenery, but mostly we actually came to see one of my close friends, Paul Knight. He's actually the owner of the gym. He's also somebody who's been a huge supporter and almost like a mentor to me for the last couple of years. So we went through some posing with him afterwards, which I'm going to be doing regularly from now all the way up, really.
It's almost a luxury to use this. And that's like an underrated piece of kit, I think,
It's hard to really say how much he has helped me because it's just so much. I mean, he's just very honest. He never bullshits me. He always tells me exactly how it is. He's always there if I need to talk to him anything, in terms of bodybuilding or just personal. And it's almost, he doesn't coach me. It's a very, it's a very unusual relationship to have with somebody because he doesn't ever seem to want anything in return. He just wants to see me do my very best. And I don't know many people, and I've never known many people to just be that sort of person who, just wants to see somebody be their very best without really wanting anything in return. So I'm always hugely grateful to Paul. I mean, he's been there for me for a long time, and he's one of the few people that I do want to make him proud.
I've got shit hamstrings, and I don't want shit hamstrings. That should make them better. Fuck no.
Any particular reason why your leg position's quite wide?
Yeah, moving on to the wide, obviously we're pretty exhausted with the leg curls. It's a very wide stance, almost like a sumo style leg press. So you get a lot more hamstring, glute, adductor work. So you basically just foot placement on a leg press and really emphasize what muscle you're hitting. The aim is to we want to keep some sort of pressing movement in. Again, as I said, this is still a leg day, but it's obviously a lot more hamstring focused. So normally we would still leg press and squat on a hamstring day. But like I said at the beginning of the video, my knee is playing up a bit. So I don't think squats are on the cards today. So I can still do this. I can't go quite as deep as I'd like, but I'm still getting a lot of stretch through the hamstrings. But I think it's you need to get those big compound lifts in the whole way through. And if you're leg pressing twice a week, it's going to maintain a lot more leg mass than just doing it once. Doing sets of 15, keep going up until we reach a weight where we hit failure at either 15 or less. And at this stage of a prep, doing the crazy high rest pauses and supersets, drop sets, all that stuff is all very well and good. but I'm just going to deplete myself further into the ground. I'm going to create myself a bigger hole to recover from. And obviously that's not the goal now. The goal is to, yes, be depleted, but not be so depleted that I can't function, I can't train hard, I can't recover. So it's a balancing act at the moment. But obviously I still want to keep the loads as close to where they need to be as possible without killing myself with volume. So each session is a little bit more played by ear at the moment. If I feel good, I'll push a little bit harder. If I'm feeling a bit drained, I may pull back the overall workload a little bit, because at this stage it is about maintaining muscle. I think I've pinpointed why contest preps can be so hard. And I think it's because you can't ever feel comfortable. So even when you get to the end of the day, you're trying to wind down in the evenings, you're sitting on the sofa, trying to relax, you just never feel comfortable. It's either hunger or soreness or anxiety because of the task at hand or whatever, but you just don't ever feel comfortable. And I love it.
He's got a lovely wife, Tanya, as well. I mean, she's also been very supportive. She wasn't there today when we trained, but they're both of them just extremely supportive of Carly and I, always welcoming, always there for us. Anything we ever need, they're there. And it's so a huge thank you to those, and obviously thanks to Paul and the rest of the guys at Crave for allowing Ben and I to train there today. Yeah, going over the workout. I mean, my energy is really flagging now, which is just strange because it's not strange obviously, but being in the middle of the week, those of you that follow me know that Justin gives me a very high carb day once a week, which is usually on a Saturday with quads, where we really ramp up the carbs. It can normally go from anywhere from 800 to 1,000 grams of carbs, and I always I usually have a sushi meal that day as well. It genuinely used to keep me going for the majority of the week in terms of my fullness and being able to put the most into my training. But it seems now, I train the hamstring sessions midweek on a Wednesday. So normally by even as soon as Monday, Tuesday, I'm starting to flatten off again. And so on my secondary leg day, which is hamstring focus, we up the carbs from around, I think we're about 90 grams of carbs at the moment, which is just my first meal pre and post training. It's not a huge amount. We bumped the carb up to 275, just to stop me from getting overly flat and to pick me up in terms of energy. And it's all very well in theory, but to be honest, it did fuck all. I didn't feel any sort of. I actually felt more tired. And I actually lost another couple of pounds overnight from usually when I do these little medium days during the week. So, I think they have their place in terms of keeping that metabolism up, and also preventing me from going over flat, which is what's happened to me in the past, is where I've gone over flat because we've on the one high day a week, been super low carb for the whole week, and usually you do that weeks on end, and by the Saturday you flattened out to the point by the time the second Saturday rolls around, or the following Saturday rolls around, when I feel back out, I've actually been flat for too long, and I've started to almost lose some of that muscle volume, and even potentially lose a little bit of tissue as well, especially with the cardio. So my changes for this past week is the added medium day in the middle of the week, which actually this is the second week I've done it. We've also, off my own back as well, I've been doing a lot more posing practice with Ben. We've been going for a few rounds after I've trained before I do my post-training cardio, which has been hard as well. And also we've added in a very, very low intensity cardio session after my last meal, where I essentially just go out for a walk for about 20-25 minutes. There's 3 sessions a day at the moment, 2 of them interval based, AM and post training, and then go out for a nice walk just before my last meal, which I actually quite like, because I don't, for some reason, I actually sleep a little better when I do that. So then again, it's torching through some more calories. So yeah, we'll see what changes that bring, but I don't think from now to the show we'll be doing anything like drastic, because my calories, like I said, are low. My cardio is in a place where it's doing the job, and we push things too hard and we can fall back into the position I've been in the past, when my legs disappear. I start losing the pop, because I'm quite fortunate that my muscle bellies are quite round and I have quite small joints. So that sort of gives me the illusion of looking a little bit bigger. So yeah, all in all, the session was good. It was extremely hard. It doesn't look like much. I'm sure it doesn't. It probably doesn't look crazy, but it fucking felt crazy. We started off with a lying leg curl, worked up to one all-out rest pause set, the partials. The second movement was just a very wide, high stance leg press. I was going as deep as I could. A couple of weeks ago I suffered a knee injury. It's nothing bad, but I've really strained my quadricep tendon. Mostly the pain comes through the right knee, but my left knee is a little bit bad as well. Thankfully, Martin at Rebel Europe, he's actually sent me some knee sleeves to use this weekend for my quad sessions. Hopefully I'll be able to get under a bar and squat, which was another movement missing today. I just can't get the depth, but the intensity was still there. I still managed to load up my hamstrings, and then from then on we went to, after that, the sort of heavy work had been done. Very simple seated leg curl superset with some walking lunges. The walking lunges probably look like they're nothing, but they really fucked me up. They were way harder than I was expecting, because I normally at that point will squat. So I do a seated leg curl, rest 30 seconds, squat, and that's one set, and then I will repeat that 3 times. And usually Ben and I work up to 4 or 5 plates. For the hamstring, I'll slightly wider stance, and I say I would on a quad emphasis leg day, and then we moved on to some heavy stiff leg deadlifts, which I went up to 5 plates. Got 6 or 8 reps, and I can't quite remember, but it was certainly heavy enough. My strength's still there, for the most part. It's down in places, but it's the where I'm running on empty. As bodybuilders this close to a show, I don't know any other sport where you are starving for nutrients, for calories, and you're trying to expend more than you're taking in. You don't get to refuel after you've trained, and the more I'm depriving my body, the more I'm expecting from it. And I don't think there's many other sports that are physically demanding in that respect. So like I said, my strength's relatively close to where it is in the off season, but the reps are just falling off because my tank is empty. Mentally, this is like where it starts becoming mind over matter, because I have to do what my body will do what my mind tells it, and I'm really digging in now. So I don't know whether you can tell by my voice, but I'm flagging and I'm tired, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this prep. It's fucking hard. This is the hardest I've ever worked. After the British finals, I thought I'd tapped up, and you know, like I've gone to a whole new level now, being in the pro ranks, doing the Arnold Classic. So mentally, I've had to step my game up, and you know, I'm really enjoying the challenge. And you know, all this is doing is teaching me myself what I can be, what I'm capable of mentally and physically. Like, keep digging into and applying for the future. So, you know, we did, and then after the session, here's some cardio. Got my post-workout meal. A lot of people keep asking me about what I have for my post-workout meal, and it looks like a bowl of shite. But it's actually pretty good. It's just cream of rice, which I cook in the microwave with water. And then I scramble up some egg whites, and I do that with some vanilla flavouring. It's like calorie-free vanilla flavour drops, and I add that to the egg whites. Mix it all together. I use a little bit of calorie-free syrup on the top afterwards, and it's just, you know, super easy to digest, quite quick in and out. Does the job, tastes relatively good as well. So it's a nice, easy meal to get in after my training. And then we hit some posing with Paul, and you know, I felt like I looked okay. I mean, you know, I'd had about 5 meals by this point. You know, and towards the end of the day, after about 5-6 litres of water, you know, you start getting smoother. So that obviously the condition isn't, you know, where it would be, say, first thing in the morning. And I actually woke up at about 262, which is pretty heavy because my weight doesn't seem to be moving that much. But my condition's definitely coming. You know, with a month to go, I'm in a pretty good place. Still more work to do. But as I've said, I'm digging in and I'm getting that work done. So, you know, 4 weeks out, hamstrings, adductors, posing. Thank you everyone for watching the video. And anyone who wants to know or see any more things from Rebecca, Ben and I, and in these videos, you know, please comment on the YouTube channel or send either of us a PM and to see what you really want to see, because, you know, we're trying to, you know, it's, at the end of the day, it's entertainment as well. You know, we're trying to show people what we're doing and what it takes to compete at this level, and I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of curiosity out there about what other things we do. You know, we're going to try and cover some food prep and food shopping and day-to-day life and blah blah blah, you know, all that fun stuff. So thanks for watching, and you know, we will have another video up next week.